Hi everybody, I'm Jennifer McCalvey, Toronto City Councillor for Scarborough Rouge Park. At this time of year, we're normally hosting visits of students from Scarborough Rouge Park at Toronto City Hall. We're also visiting your classrooms to talk to you about what it is that we do for the municipal government. And since we couldn't be together, I thought instead we would share this video with you. I love my job, and I am so lucky to represent all of you at Toronto City Council. And in the City of Toronto, we have 25 councillors that each serve a different ward. I'm very lucky to represent Ward 25, Scarborough Rouge Park. Our Mayor, John Tory, and all of the councillors sit together to make decisions that govern our city. And before entering politics, I was an environmental scientist. I had earned my PhD at the University of Toronto. And so when I came to Toronto Council, I was very excited that the mayor designated me as his environment and resilience champion. And in that capacity, I'm working to fight for investment in our green spaces and to push forward with a very important strategy at the city to make us more resilient to the impacts of climate change. As your city councillor, another important part of my job is connecting residents with municipal services. We get many phone calls and emails from residents that need help. The city manages many day-to-day public services. These include public transportation, snow clearing in the winter, emergency services, and many more. A city like Toronto is dynamic with many moving pieces. It's the role of a city councillor to know what's going on across the city and effectively work to solve local problems. As you've been learning in class, the City of Toronto is governed by 3 levels of government: the Municipal Government of Toronto, the Provincial Government of Ontario, and the Federal Government of Canada. I'm very lucky. I get to work with 2 great local representatives, our Member of Provincial Parliament, Vijay Thanigasalam, and our Member of Parliament, Gary Anandasangari. Hey Gary, thanks for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit about your role as a federal representative?
I'm Gary Anandasangari, Member of Parliament for Scarborough Rouge Park. I have many roles as a Member of Parliament. In Scarborough, I help constituents who meet me to talk about their issues with respect to old age security, seniors benefits, with taxation, or immigration. I also meet with stakeholders who are concerned about issues such as the environment, issues such as foreign aid, as well as international affairs. In Ottawa, I represent you on Parliament. There, I, along with 337 other MPs, discuss issues of a national importance. Sometimes local issues become national issues. For example, the Rouge National Urban Park Act was something that's very local to us, but we were able to bring it as a national act. These are the things that I do as your Member of Parliament, and I look forward to hearing from you with questions and concerns.
Thanks for joining us, Gary. Governments are supposed to work well together, but sometimes we disagree. Our solutions and our priorities may be different, and we may have different political affiliations. Sometimes there's politics in politics. Although our governments sometimes butt heads, during the COVID-19 pandemic, all 3 levels of government have been working well together to serve the residents of Scarborough Rouge Park. We all are committed to serving and helping those who need help the most. Can you tell us how the federal government is helping residents during the COVID-19 pandemic?
The federal government plays a central role in protecting Canadians from the COVID-19 pandemic. We secure the health and well-being of Canadians, as well as the economic stability for all Canadians. On the health and safety front, through the Public Health Agency of Canada, we set standards for national testing, as well as the development of vaccines and other devices. We also ensure that our borders are secure and those Canadians who are stuck abroad are brought back to Canada. On the economic front, we have supports for individuals, including families, as well as children and seniors. The Canada Emergency Response Benefit is a perfect example of that. For businesses, we have supports to assist with rent subsidies, as well as loans and emergency wage subsidies to ensure that our businesses are able to survive the COVID-19 pandemic.
In Scarborough Rouge Park, we work as a team to make sure residents are supported. It's my turn to share what the City of Toronto is doing to help residents during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our city has undertaken a number of initiatives to help fight the spread of COVID-19 and support residents. I thought I would share several of these initiatives with you today. Toronto Public Health has been working very hard to contain the spread of COVID-19. They provide medical advice to our decision makers, and they are responsible for contact tracing. That means every time somebody is identified as having COVID-19, Toronto Public Health reaches out to them to see where they've been and who they've been in contact with. They then call all of those people and ask them to self-isolate so that we can contain the spread of COVID-19. The City of Toronto has also opened childcare centers for our frontline staff. Doctors, nurses, medical support personnel, and first responders all still need to go to work during this crisis. And so the City of Toronto has opened up childcare facilities to support them. The City of Toronto is also improving food security. Many people have lost their jobs or had their incomes reduced as a result of the pandemic. Food security is very important to me. No one should go hungry because of the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, my office has been very active in a new food security initiative in Scarborough. In partnership, the City of Toronto, the University of Toronto Scarborough, and Global Medic have started CARES, Collective Action in Response for Everyone in Scarborough. Volunteers and staff from the City of Toronto and the University of Toronto Scarborough are packaging food at Scarborough campus for distribution to local food banks. Together, in just 3 weeks, we have packaged over 36,000 pounds of food. We also organized a local food donation that collected enough food for 3,800 meals in just 30 minutes. During the pandemic, I've been inspired by how our community has come together to support each other. I'd like to thank all of you by doing your part by staying home. I know it's not easy to switch to online learning. And my son is taking grade 10 civics, and I know he'll be watching this video. So I'm gonna say, hi Colin, how are you? But this wouldn't be a good online module if I didn't assign you some homework. So I'd like you to come up with an idea to improve our community, and I'd like you to email it to me at counselor_mckelvey@toronto.ca. I love ideas, and I really want to hear yours. Thank you to all the students that took time out of their days to watch this video. But mostly, a big shout out and thank you to your teachers and your parents who are making online learning just a little bit easier. I know this is challenging, but we'll get through it together.